Excuse me, but do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
That's us.
Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall seeing you before.
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy.
Chatty.
Looks like I found the place. Monsieur Nourillet wishes to see you. It seems he has something important to discuss in person. I am not privy to the details. It would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia and asked Monsieur Nourillet in person.
Okay.
If you say so, but Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
What would he need with us? Why is that dog on the table? What?
Nourillet, we're here! Did you want to see us about something?
Why does Paimon's voice sound extra screechy today?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations. I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not.
Okay.
The situation is this. It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan Harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic meeting with you, correct? I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan Harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on us. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Okay, but why?
Oh?
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right?
I mean, she's actually kind of right about that.
It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends, as you did in your example.
That's what I'm saying.
It was just an analogy. An analogy, okay?
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. Even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent, its wisdom will only be revealed with time.
She said, I don't got the answer yet, but it's coming to me.
Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take you with me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro-Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to arrange the meeting.
She doesn't have anybody else, does she?
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party. I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina?
Yo! Look at her!
Lady Farina?
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable.
Yummy.
To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Nouvillet. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you.
Yeah, well taken. You want to tell her the truth about that?
Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you.
Oh.
Please don't misunderstand.
Okay, never mind. She already knows.
The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of Childe, correct?
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Udex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, as you surmised, understanding Childe's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip.
Okay, so she wants to get Childe out of here.
As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui harbingers, Childe and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Childe be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
Oh.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice. Okay, why don't we back up a step? You don't need to transfer Childe to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of Meropide to see Childe.
Oh,
to
nah.
confirm his condition.
Like that's gonna happen? What?
It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that. Right, Miss Farina?
Farina, don't think about it. Don't you dare.
About that.
The Fortress of Meropide has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
We didn't even know that Lenny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the Knave.
And why is that?
Could the Knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the Knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
A deal for her gnosis?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina can act a little weird at times, she's still an Archon.
Yeah, why wouldn't an Archon be able to deal with the Harbinger? Even if she's the fourth strongest.
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the Fortress of Meropide, Childe recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Alright, well, I guess it didn't even matter.
The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the Fortress of Meropide. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Childe's disappearance. I would like you to go to the Fortress of Meropide and investigate Childe's disappearance.
Okay, so much for not wanting to get involved with the nation's problems again.
This was my proposal during our meeting with the Knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Childe's situation and report back to her in detail. The Knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
But why us? Wouldn't it be more convenient to have an official from Fontaine to do this?
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Childe.
True.
Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss.
True.
And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the Fortress of Meropide. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include exile, just as before. The Fortress of Meropide may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles.
Oh, so it's the Australia? It's the Australia of Tibet?
All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention. This will save us a lot of unnecessary trouble.
Well, what charges do we need to get to be sent to fucking Australia? One thing I do want to ask though is, how is Furina so good at avoiding us this entire time? And why is Neuvillette always the only one to relay this information to us? Where is Furina at?
We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meropide's entrance on Eraneus once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Is there something we need to prepare?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside world.
Yeah, it is a prison.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped-up charges, we'll be in prison for real.
Yeah.
On second thought, is it too late to back out?
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
I'll have that, and that. Oh, and one of those two. Ooh, and no Fanta, thank you. Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontaine. Just to avoid breaking any strange laws here. But here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the Fortress of Meropide. Maybe this is what they call fate. Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there. Paimon doesn't want to stay in prison too long.
Oh, what is
What?
that I hear? Is this a taste of a breaking story?
Hi, Charlotte.
Hey, you can't hear a taste. And what are you doing here, Charlotte?
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him. But he didn't even show up. Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the meal.
Oh, Lord.
You know we can still hear you, Charlotte.
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Meropide. You didn't commit a crime, did you? Please tell me all about it.
I murdered 3 children, kidnapped 2 wives, and stole at least $1 million from the bank.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... to...
We're going to serve our sentences and redeem ourselves for spoiling the endings of a detective novel in public.
Huh? You're being arrested for that? Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely unreasonable. That's pretty despicable. Almost as offensive as committing theft.
Holy. They're calling out all the people who spoil the story on Twitter without any spoiler tags.
You mean Paimon really did something that serious?
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing. Since you're going to be at the Fortress of Meropide, would you be willing to help me gather some material for a story?
About that, Paimon doesn't think we'll have any time.
Oh, it's nothing difficult. All you have to do is think of a way to get some time face-to-face with the warden of the fortress. He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine.
Duke.
Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare. Oh, if I could write an exclusive article about him, I bet it would sell a boatload of papers.
You make it sound easy, but it really depends.
Of course. I wouldn't ask you to do it for free. So this meal is on me.
Oh, nice.
All right, you got a deal. We'll do anything you want.
Wow, that was very, very quick.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
That'll be about 10,000 papers you're gonna have to sell, Charlotte.
You have come, just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the Fortress of Meropide from Eraneus. Careful. You may want to step back a bit.
Ooh, So you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
Utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the Fortress of Meropide is naturally the perfect place to confine and guard criminals. But do not worry, it is not nearly as frightening inside as you may think. You will see for yourselves once you are down there. Oh, and there's one more thing. I mentioned that I have had personal dealings with the administrator of the fortress, Writhsley. He's a very shrewd fellow.
Shrewd?
Even though you are going there to investigate at my behest, it would behoove you to avoid any confrontation with him or any of his subordinates. All right, that's about all the time that we have to talk privately. I'm counting on you two. Madeline!
I'm here, Monsieur Nervalet. These two are the newest convicts, I presume? Don't worry, they won't escape on my watch.
Like we would try.
Why'd they make you make the trip down here today?
Monsieur Nervalet personally requested I escort these two convicts. I suppose he was concerned others might not be up to the task.
Must be nice to be on good terms with the big shots like the Chief Justice. The only people I get to see every day are the new inmates.
Well, have you tried service with a smile?
Yeah, right. As if. Every criminal comes through here looking miserable. How can I smile with such a toxic work environment?
That's kind of real.
And even if I did smile at them, the convicts would probably just think that I'm some freak getting some kind of twisted enjoyment from their pain.
Oh, she's got a point.
Let's see. You two are charged with eating a cake specially prepared for the Archon by a Snezhnayan envoy without the Archon's permission.
What?
Thereby incapacitating the political center of Fontaine for a brief period. Sentence: 45 days.
Wait, that's what we were being charged with?
Just looking at the charges, it seems you two are capable of causing some serious trouble. And considering how fond Lady Furina is of sweets, this crime is tantamount to trying to assassinate the Hydro Archon herself.
Really? We are now convicted felons.
And we're done. Thank you for your cooperation. Next, someone will be along to guide you inside the fortress. Please be sure to cherish this opportunity for rebirth.
You two are the new inmates, right? Follow me.
Oh, okay. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Save it. Not like I'll remember your names. Move it.
Well, kind of pretty for a prison. What the hell?
Is there anything we should be careful of while we're here? Did Paimon already ask something she wasn't supposed to?
Why should I tell you anything? What's in it for me?
You sure don't seem like a guard.
This is exactly why I can't stand you fish. I wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for the credit coupons.
Credit coupons?
That's probably this prison's currency.
Mora means nothing here. Here, we use credit coupons. Coupons can get you almost anything in the Fortress of Meropide. Desires? Fulfilled. You want power? No problem. Coupons can even change fate itself. No matter how much money or power you had before, it means nothing once you set foot inside the Fortress of Meropide. Everyone starts from the same place, and you have a chance at a new, less terrible life. And this is also exactly why so many criminals choose not to return to the outside world, even after they've served their sentence. Oh, I'm actually an inmate like you two. Welcoming newcomers is a job I've picked up to earn some extra coupons.
Have you seen a harbinger from Snezhnaya? Okay.
We're going even deeper now? Just how deep down are we?
It's like a metaphor for your previous life, isn't it?
I used to be a hero. They called me the hero of Tibet. Now I'm down here with the rest of you scum.
It looks like there are other new arrivals, too. Oh, they sure don't look happy. Maybe we look too relaxed for fresh convicts.
Yeah, hurry up and think about something sad. Come on, we gotta be depressed.
Now's not the time to worry about that. Anyway, it's over there, so you just go on over there by yourselves. I've done my job, so good luck.
All right, bye.
Wait a second. Are there usually so many garter mechs around here?
Oh, here they come.
Prisoners numbers 7459 and 7560.
Ooh,
Welcome.
there he
No
is!
need to be anxious. These Gardamex aren't here to attack you. In fact, they're here as your honor guard. When I heard that you were friends of Monsieur Nervalet, I had the Gardamex come and wait in formation.
Wait, You know about our connection with Nervalet?
The seafloor isn't as cut off from the world as you might imagine. However, I'm afraid that I know nothing more than that you are friends of the Udex. And as you can see, committing a crime means being sentenced here, even if you're friends with the Chief Justice.
The Duke! Greetings, Your Grace. Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Oh, greetings, my good fellow. Well, I'm willing to imagine that the weather is as good outside the sea as you say it is.
My profuse apologies. I just got so nervous when I saw you,
So this is the Duke. He sure looks a lot younger than Paimon imagined.
The Traveler and Paimon, correct? Mr. Deacon here was responsible for your welcome. I trust you were satisfied with his guidance?
He's taking good care of us. Splendid chap, really. When did we turn British?
Outstanding.
Splendid chap.
Well, Deacon, I recall we discussed fate during our last work meeting, I believe that fate will reward all those who take every aspect of their work in life seriously. When you return to your bunk, you'll find the guards have issued some extra credit coupons to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Your Grace. Oh, and you too. I can't believe you gave me such praise. If you need anything in the future, anything, please, come find me anytime. No credit coupons necessary.
Well, I believe that concludes the introductions.
Nice.
We've already taken enough time here. Deacon, if you would.
See, that's why you always give people praise, even if they're mean to you. That's called good karma.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take my leave now.
Please, follow me. To make you feel more welcome, I'll show you around the various facilities of the Fortress of Meropide. I hope it'll help you adjust to life here.
He's so cool.
We've arrived at a very important place, the Coupon Cafeteria.
Ooh.
You can come here and claim one welfare meal each day.
You mean it doesn't cost anything?
That's right. Criminals are essential to Fortress operations, so we must guarantee that they at least have the basic means to survive.
But that's not how it was. Back in the day, it cost your reward coupons just to get a cup of water here. Fish like you who just arrived with nothing. You'd have to go to work hungry until you earned enough coupons to eat.
That would suck ass.
It was only after His Grace became the administrator that we got the free meal rule. Now everyone gets a square meal every day, even no-good slackers who've never picked up a wrench in their whole lives. Nobody starves to death here.
He's so progressive.
This place is known as the Pancration Ring. Sometimes we have criminals who have more energy than they know what to do with. Their daily work alone isn't enough of an outlet for them. So, instead of leaving them to their own devices, we've provided them with this dedicated venue. This way, nobody will get involved unless they want to be.
Oh, what do you think, Traveler? Interested?
I'm built like a stick and I don't have my sword, so no thanks.
Your Grace. Good morning. I mean, good afternoon. No, wait, what time is it again?
What time indeed? Time waits for no one, so it's best to keep an eye on it.
My apologies, Your Grace.
In the Fortress of Meropide, criminals usually spend most of their time in either the production zone or the sleeping areas. Though working in the production zone is the most reliable way to earn credit coupons, if you have other skills, you can skip your shifts to earn them in other ways. Let's move on. The tour continues over this way.
Oh, there's Lenny! Wait, why is Lenny down here? Wait, what? Huh?
Oh, you really scared me there. I didn't expect to see you here, Your Grace. I thought maybe I was so tired from work that I was starting to see things.
Why are you down here, Lenny?
The only thing you should be seeing is the work in front of you. Stay focused and keep up the pace. Oh? Is something the matter?
It's nothing. Paimon's just worried about how hard we'll have to work tomorrow.
Very suspicious. It's a Melusine. Oh, it's a half-human.
What are you doing in the infirmary at a time like this? Oh no, you didn't injure yourself, did you?
Not yet, unfortunately for you. But thank you for your concern, Sigewin.
Then you must be here for those two.
So she's like half Melusine, half human.
This is the infirmary, and Sigewin here is the Fortress of Meropide's head nurse.
Aw, she looks kind of cute.
Hello, new faces. They call me the head nurse, but I actually handle all the nurse-related work all by myself down here.
What is it with Hoyoverse and making all of like the small people, all of the children healers?
Since you seem to have some rare downtime with no patients, perhaps you could find the time to join us for dinner?
Oh, Then these two must be some important convicts. Sure, I'll join the welcome party. Wow, it looks delicious! Neverlet made it sound like living conditions in the Fortress of Meropide wasn't very good. Who would have guessed that criminals get to eat tasty food like this every day?
The main thing is that it's free too. We're very optimistic about living in a literal prison.
Isn't that the meal box that only super lucky people manage to draw? Seems like you two are quite fortunate.
There it is. It's because we're getting special treatment that it doesn't seem as bad.
It actually has nothing to do with luck in this case. I had a word with Walsey, so you didn't have to draw lots like everyone else.
You mean the meals are random? Yes, what you get to eat depends completely on your luck. You could say that it's a distasteful little game that Chef Walsey likes to play here in the cafeteria.
She says that with like a smile in her eyes.
Excuse me, did I hear you mention Nervulet just now? I've been wondering how he's doing. Is he busy with work? Has he been taking care of his health? He seems healthy no matter how you look at him. But he works so hard all the time, so it must be really tiring.
Sounds like he hasn't changed a bit. Looks like you can stop worrying so much, Sigewinne.
Oh, that's good. But I still feel like it's been too long since I've heard any news about him.
No news is good news. Monsieur Nervulet's character is unimpeachable. No matter the question, you can discuss it openly and freely with him. Talking with him feels quite effortless. In light of that, I am quite willing to go out of my way to show respect and accommodate him. In fact, right now, I'm treating you two as guests invited by Monsieur Nervulet. But unfortunately, I can only do so until the end of this meal.
Uh-oh.
After this, you two will just be inmates here.
That's when it's gonna really hit us.
Now that I've gotten a good look at you two, I think you're very cute.
Aww.
After all, heavy is the head that wears the cutesy crown. I guess I just want to say, just take care of yourself and don't get hurt.
How cute.
So this is where we'll be sleeping from now on. Oh, Paimon can't believe this. Even though the Duke didn't say it too directly, judging from what he said at the end, it seems that he was only welcoming because we know Nervulet. Is it possible that he knows we're here on a mission? Or is Paimon overthinking things?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not like we can go back to Nervulet empty-handed and say, the dude looks scary, so we gave up. So, we at least need to try. But Paimon hasn't gotten a clue where we should start our investigation.
There was one other important thing. Linny.
You mean?
Linny's presence here, yep.
We worked so hard to help clear Linny and Lynette's names, and yet we turn around and bam! He's in prison anyway!
If I had to guess, I'd say he's in here for the same reason as we are, yeah.
They work for the Knave, so they could be here to investigate too!
There's something over here. What?
Huh?
A card.
Oh, it's a card! It was nice to bump into you again. Let's catch up in the production zone tomorrow. What in the world? It's written like he's greeting a buddy on the street. Paimon thought he'd write something important.
This proves that he's up to something here too.
We can ask him what's going on tomorrow. Let's get some rest now.
Hey, lazy bones. What are you still doing here? If you don't want to starve, then get yourselves over to the production zone.
Our first day at work. Let's go. Maybe we can actually build some muscle now.
Ah, you must be the catch of the day. Looks like you've got some luck getting assigned this space.
Yep, we just arrived yesterday and...
Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking.
Damn, okay.
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully to my instructions. I don't want any mishaps. Every machine here is worth more than the both of you.
I'm not sure about that.
Your job is to use the machine over there to process widgets.
Who's he talking to like that? Not me.
Watch carefully, and make sure you step on the pedal at the right time. If the machine gets jammed, then give it a little maintenance with your fist.
I'm gonna be the most efficient worker here. Oops.
Okay, you got this. Even though Paimon's starving and wants to head straight to the coupon cafeteria, we still need to meet Lenny first, right?
That was like a 30-second shift. Damn, we got that stack of paper. We got $400. Holy shit. Dude, I'm gonna be rich as fuck here.
Hey, over here.
What's up, Lenny?
Oh, Lynette. You're here too. You You two really are inseparable.
So she is here.
That's right. My brother simply can't stand to be away from me.
After we worked so hard to make sure that you two didn't get arrested.
It's not just Lynette. Fremine is also here.
What?
Do you still remember him?
Why? All three of you are here?
Sadly, even the teeniest of things can land you in prison these days. I put together a street performance and used the popularity we gained from the Opera House incident to attract a big crowd. Next, I invited several audience members to participate in the show. And then, with the entire audience watching, their wallet suddenly disappeared.
Bruh.
It really isn't that bad. The missing wallets are all in the leftmost drawer of the Maison Gardiennage's big filing cabinet. We just need to see how long it takes to discover them.
Leave it to Lenny to magic himself into prison.
We were instructed by the father of our house, the Knave, to come here and conduct an investigation.
Yep.
As for what we're investigating, perhaps you haven't heard, but the Fortress of Meropide hides a secret. The House of the Hearth has been investigating this for a very long time, trying to uncover its mysteries. But recently, all of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished and have not been heard from since. We believe that this is a direct provocation, and it's the reason why we came here.
Why is the house so interested in this secret?
Father has somehow managed to confirm that Focalors does not have Fontaine's gnosis.
Ah, okay, I was thinking that before.
It was this information that led us to suspect that Fontaine's gnosis might be in the Fortress of Meropide and is related to that secret.
So it's all about the gnosis again.
Yeah.
That's about it from our side. How about you two? Did Monsieur Nervulette send you here?
The Knave has been applying a lot of pressure. She wants to know what happened to Childe, so we came here to investigate. Traveler, are we allowed to tell them?
No, you've already said it, everything.
Father used the situation as a pretext to negotiate with two high-ranking officials in the court of Fontaine. She actually just wants to be able to make concessions on this matter for gains elsewhere, almost like a bargaining chip. Of course, it's not a complete farce. If we do manage to find out what happened to Master Childe too, then diplomatic relations with Fontaine could improve, and Snezhnaya might even be able to adjust its stance a bit.
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like we're the only ones who actually care about Childe's situation?
I have a suggestion. Why don't we team up? As you know, the House of the Hearth has many reasons to seek the Gnosis, but our highest priority remains resolving the prophesized crisis. You can trust us on that.
No.
See, I told you.
Sure enough, it won't be easy to convince them to cooperate with us.
Lenny seems to be thinking pretty hard about something.
Of course he is. Lenny has been looking forward to a chance to reach an understanding with you ever since last we met.
Yeah, that's gonna be very hard for the Traveler.
Or, I should say, we were really looking forward to teaming up with you this time.
Lynette, just tell them everything, why don't you?
All we're doing is sharing info, fine, but I may reconsider if things get serious.
All right then, there's no time to lose. I have some information to share, so listen carefully. Since Lynette and I arrived here, our investigation uncovered the fact that the Fortress of Meropide has a forbidden zone.
Could that be where Childe disappeared to? You're right, we'll definitely keep that in mind.
It's the Abyss.
Good. That's the most suspicious thing about the fortress that we know of so far. We have a few other unanswered questions, and we'll be investigating those as quickly as we can. Oh, look at the time. You two must be hungry. You should go to the coupon cafeteria and get something to eat. I'll use my cards to get in touch with you again in the future.
Well, that was a very friendly conversation. A lot more friendly than when we last spoke with Lenny.
Oh, he wasn't kidding. Today's meal is nowhere near as good as last time. Oh, who knows how long it'll be until we're lucky enough to get that super tasty meal again?
Never.
But life here doesn't seem all that bad. Other than the foreman being kind of mean and the work being pretty tiring.
You think so, mate? If I had a coupon for every fish who said that. Seems you fishies still haven't learned your lessons from your life up on the surface.
What are you calling fishy?
The truth is, this place has a lot of hidden rules.
Oh, you mean that if there really are hidden rules, then Childe's disappearance might have something to do with that?
Oh, nice.
In that case, would you tell us some hidden rules? We definitely want to avoid breaking them.
Come on, mate. This is valuable information. The difference between life and death. Do you really think you can just ask and I would tell you?
I've got 400 credits.
But we don't have many credit coupons yet.
Yeah, I know. Not like I'm going anywhere. Just come talk to me after you've saved enough.
Back to our dorms. We spent like, I don't even know, 15 minutes outside and now we're going back to sleep. Oh my god. Even her yawns are screeches.
Nighty-night, Traveler. Paimon hopes we can keep making progress on our investigation tomorrow.
What the? Oh, the vision! Child's vision! I hear someone calling me. It's his little well inside of him. So I'm guessing the Traveler is seeing this in his dreams right now. He's thinking. Damn, he's contemplating. Man's the thinker.
What's wrong? You seem to have something on your mind. Did you dream about something last night?
I dreamed of Childe. Saying that out of context is so funny.
Child's vision! So you had it with you this whole time? Maybe the vision connected Child's consciousness to yours.
Maybe I could use his vision to see everything he experienced from his perspective.
So what did you see in the dream? Do you know where Child went?
The dream was a little hazy and I didn't see anything particularly useful.
Well, hopefully it'll be a bit more helpful in the future. What's more important now is that it's the start of another new day as prisoners. Let's do our best to earn more credit coupons.
Dear Diary, today I dreamt of Childe. He was thinking a lot in the dream. I wonder if he was thinking of me.
Hey there, fellow shift mates. I saw you finished your work, so I thought I'd come over and say hi. I've been working here for almost 15 years. Even the foreman, Grainville, always calls me Chief.
Whoa, you've been working here a long time, Chief.
In other words, you haven't managed any improvement in 15 years? Damn.
If there's anything you'd like to know, just ask me. I know the work here in the production zone better than the back of my hand.
We just haven't quite learned all the rules.
Did you just ask about the rules? Pretty sharp for newcomers. You've already heard about the rules, huh? All right. Seeing as I'm the one who came over here, you're already calling me Chief. I guess I can tell you a little. Truth is, you two keep working like this, you might be putting yourselves in danger.
Why?
You work continuously in the production zone for 3 days, and if all you do besides eating and sleeping is just work, then something bad will happen during lunch on the 3rd day.
What? I can't work? They said no grinding. What the fuck? What a hater-ass mindset. He said you on the grind too much, you making too much money. Get the fuck out of here.
There's actually a legend about this rule. They say that there was a worker who worked way harder than me. He was both efficient and eager on the job, and most other workers couldn't hold a candle to him. One time, he tried to test his limits and worked as long as he could. Then during lunch on the 3rd day, he disappeared into thin air.
What?
He'd evaporated. Later, some people went and asked some of his past friends about him, but they said, never heard of the guy.
What the? You can't even get your money up in prison. That's crazy. This world sucks. You got all the time in the world to try and get your paper up, and you still got the universe preying on your downfall. That is crazy.
Unfortunately, we were assigned different production zones. I never saw for myself what he looked like.
Wait, are you thinking that it was...
We'll give it a try.
You... Listen, kid. This ain't the kind of thing you should be curious about. Let me tell you, you're better off forgetting about it and looking after yourself. Now I kind of regret ever telling you.
Yeah, I agree with Chief here. Do you really want to try?
It looks like a good lead to me. I mean, like, literally, that's like the only way we're gonna be able to find Childe, right?
Alright, if you insist.
Oh, you must be the Traveler, huh? Sorry, mate, but competitors as strong as you are prohibited from participating.
What?
I don't make the rules, mind you, but I was given very specific instructions.
I can't even fight. This place is ass. I can't work. I can't fight. What the fuck am I doing here?
But we have a game here that'll let you show off your strength, and you'll even earn some credit coupons in the process. What do you think? Interested?
Feels like we're getting used to life as convicts. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a wasting.
If possible, I'd like to apply for 3 continuous working days.
Oh? What's with suddenly wanting to work so hard? You need coupons that badly?
Let's just say we really want to test our limits.
Yes. Boing. Boing.
Now that Paimon thinks about it, haven't we been working non-stop for 3 days now? And now it's lunchtime! Oh, Paimon feels a shiver going down her spine. What's going to happen? But it doesn't seem like anything's changed at all. And we made it to the coupon cafeteria safely.
Maybe we have to eat something.
Well, there's no use to just guessing all day. Paimon's stomach has been grumbling the whole time. Let's just eat already. Wait, what?
Ew, what is that?
Is this the bad thing that Rowan was talking about?
So what, if you get your money up too much, they just give you bad food? Well, someone went missing before, and now our meals have this strange meat.
No, stop right there. Paimon gets what you mean, just don't say it. Hey, isn't that Woolsey over there? He must have made the food, right? So let's just ask him about the food and be done with it. Hey, Woolsey, have a moment? It's about the meat in our meals. Look, does it seem normal to you?
The meat? Oh, that. Looks perfectly fine to me. Totally normal. You better hurry up and chow down.
That was so unconvincing.
How could this be fine? Hey, don't leave! You barely even looked at it! Hey!
This strange meat. What if that's Melusine meat?
Siegewing? Aren't you supposed to be in the infirmary? What are you doing in the production zone?
Everyone's usually busy around now, and we don't have any patients to look after in the infirmary. I thought I'd come here and enjoy the sight of everyone hard at work.
Enjoy? What's there to enjoy here?
It's really worth watching. I often stand here and observe everyone. Humans are just so interesting and adorable. I like to watch your expressions while you work.
Are you talking about pets or people?
Do you also happen to be a veterinarian as well as head nurse?
Oh, I can see why you think that, but you shouldn't jump to conclusions. See, we Melazines are a different species, and we see the world very differently from humans. It's very easy for me to observe everyone's condition. All it takes is one look, and I can tell which workers are exhausted. Running around tending to everyone's health is very fulfilling. But I'd much prefer it if you're all happy and free from exhaustion and pain in the first place. Take care of your body, make sure you eat well. Always rest when you're tired from work, and don't push yourself too hard.
Thank you, Sigween.
We'll definitely take care of ourselves. Thanks for the reminder.
PSA from Sigween. Take care of yourself. She's part Melusine. Who's the dad? Some questions might be better left unanswered.
Huh? Rowan? What are you doing here, Chief?
I was injured a bit just now. Nothing major, I think I just pulled something.
Paimon wouldn't have thought someone as experienced as the Chief would still get hurt on the job.
The Chief.
I just knew you would say that. This is pretty embarrassing. Where's Siegeween when you need her anyway? The one time I need to make a quick trip to the infirmary.
Oh, you mean she wasn't in the infirmary?
Yeah. The rumors say that there's never anybody in the infirmary in the half hour before lunch. And nobody knows where Siegeween gets off to.
She's busy down watching people work.
Huh. That's actually really strange. Siegeween's always super dedicated to her work. Where else would she possibly go?
Oh, wonderful. I was worried that you'd be busy trying to earn reward coupons all the time, but it seems like you haven't neglected your investigation work after all.
Paimon likes having more coupons, but no one wants to work all the time.
True.
Have you also been investigating the area, Lynette?
No, I was just slacking off, and you happened to catch me.
And how's Linny holding up?
My brother is still obsessed with anything remotely related to the Forbidden Zone. But knowing him, it won't be long before we get more leads. Before I forget, this is for you.
Huh? Credit coupons? Why are you giving us these?
I've been here longer than you. Coupons aren't a resource in particularly short supply. what is in short supply are interesting people to talk with.
Okay, nice flex. She about to go band for band with us with the coupons.
Hey, look! There's something here! Looks like a research notebook. The Melusine perceive the world very differently from humans. There are significant deviations. As a result, their sense of aesthetics and beauty is also very different from that of humans. This must be taken into consideration when giving gifts.
This man is playing a fucking visual novel dating game. Okay, so now we have to go to the ring.
What would you like to do this afternoon?
Let's go to the pink ration meal.
Sure. If we're not going to work, then let's kill some time at the pancration ring.
Don't ask.
You two haven't tried betting on the outcome of a pancration match yet, have you?
No.
Just go talk to Rusimov. Buy a ticket for whichever fighter you think will win. There's a big payout if the fighter you support comes out on top.
Oh, gambling. Let's go.
But we don't know anything about the fighters. How can we possibly know who to support?
That's normal. Just watch a few matches and get a feel for the fighters. It won't be long before you can pick winners in your sleep.
Why don't we give it a try? If we have enough coupons, we could probably bet at random until we figure everything out.
True.
Bet at random, huh? Well, how should I put it? It's not like you can't do that, but I'd advise you to give it some more thought first.
That's definitely a secret rule.
Huh? We shouldn't get too carried away. What's the problem?
There's some sort of rule here, isn't there?
What?
Yep.
Never even picked a boxer before, and you already know about the rules? You're not just strong fighters. Seems you're pretty perceptive, too. Okay. The hidden rule here is, if you buy both boxers' tickets and support them both, something bad will happen the next morning.
Bruh.
So the rule is that we shouldn't pick both boxers in the same fight. But if anyone actually did that, wouldn't they be guaranteed to lose coupons? Who would do that anyway?
According to the rumor, there was a masked boxer who possessed incredible skill and power.
Ooh.
None of his opponents even stood a chance against him. However, in the final match, the organizers told him to take off his mask. He refused and never showed up to the fight. And after that, he was never seen again. Some say he died, or that he was taken care of by the event's organizers. But everyone remembers that he was someone who cherished honor above all else. In his eyes, supporting both boxers in a match would dishonor the competition itself.
So you mean it's like a curse?
Do you know anything about him?
No, he was always wearing a mask, like he was intentionally trying to hide his identity. I don't even know anything about his past.
Do you think that boxer was...
Thank you very much for the information. We'll give it a try.
Huh? We will?
Yes.
You're not serious, are you?
Yes.
Look, here I was just trying to be nice and warn you, yet here you are trying to break it on purpose?
Yes.
Seems you've made up your mind. Just be sure to protect Paimon, okay?
Betting on both fighters will set you back about 3,000 credit coupons.
3,000?
If you have enough, then go ahead and give it a try. Just don't come running back to me if something happens.
That's all my money.
Feels like we're getting used to life as convicts. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Why do I feel like you've said that before?
Are you two here to buy tickets? Better be quick about it. Another match is about to start. Anyway, for this match, I recommend that you pick...
We'll buy tickets for both fighters.
Huh? For both fighters?
Huh?
Maybe you don't quite understand the rules, no? Let me try to explain again for you more clearly. You see...
Oh, no need. We're aware that we're going to lose coupons.
All right then, if you're absolutely sure. Remember, no refunds once you buy the tickets.
Yeah, we got it. Just shut up and take our coupons.
Damn!
Seems we had a productive day. Hope we can make even more progress tomorrow.
It's been like, what, over a week at this point? Oh, shit.
Hey, Traveler. Paimon. Package here for you. The next time you buy something, go pick it up yourself. I'm not a delivery man, you know.
My fault. I'm sleeping, bro.
Did you buy something, Traveler? Paimon's not quite awake yet. yet, so why don't you go take a look?
It's a pipe bomb. Don't open it.
Ah, right! Yesterday we broke the hidden rule and bought tickets for both boxers. Oh, maybe this package is the bad thing that Colin said would happen. Paimon suddenly feels wide awake. Wait, maybe let Paimon go hide somewhere first. Just call Paimon after you opened it.
Yeah, how am I supposed to call you when I'm fucking dead?
Hey, wait! Paimon's still here! Don't open it! Ah!
I'm taking it with me, Paimon. Doesn't seem especially scary, but there is something a little odd inside.
Let Paimon take a peek too.
Oh.
It's just a small bottle. But the color of the liquid inside looks so wrong. Almost like...
Rumor has it that a boxer went missing. And the liquid in the bottle obviously looks like blood.
Alright, that's enough of that. No need to say it out loud. Paimon already knows what you're trying to say.
You wanna give it a taste?
Ugh, no way. Get that stuff away from Paimon. Paimon thinks we shouldn't open the bottle until we figured out what's going on. Just trust Paimon on this one, okay?
You use some very, like, weird threats. Like, bro, all you're doing is, like, poisoning my food. If you're gonna kill me, just do it.
Who are you? We've never seen you before, and you don't look like a fellow convict.
I'm not. Of course I'm not. Please, don't mistake me for a criminal. I'm a good, law-abiding citizen. I'm a promoter for Fontaco.
Fonta.
And I'm usually responsible for promoting our drink products. I thought I could complete my task here quickly and return to headquarters, but I've been here way longer than I anticipated. I'm so upset. It's all because of that Duke. After discussing the company's promotional plans with him, he told me outright that my project was worthless.
Damn.
However, in light of our long history of successful collaboration, I still tried to patiently explain the details. However, to my surprise, he just cut me off while I was speaking.
I'm just gonna stop you there and say no. If anything, I'm saving you time. It seems you don't fully understand the value of credit coupons here, nor do you understand the value of your own products.
Damn.
It's because you are from the overworld. That's understandable, and I don't blame you for that. But as for the latter, only someone monumentally stupid, so breathtakingly stupid, that they were completely ignorant of the value of credit coupons, despite living in the underworld, would ever possibly consider buying your drink. Let's just forget it.
Is he undervaluing or overvaluing Fonta?
Well, he is the head honcho here. Not much you can do about that. We met him too and could tell that he's the kind of guy that's hard to pin down.
Fine. I know, I should just let it go. I'm on his turf after all. His house, his rules.
Yup.
What are these papers scattered all over the ground? Are they registration forms or something? Every page has the Fontaco symbol on it. Maybe it's some flyers from the company.
Let's take a look before anyone else shows up.
Without assistance from the Fontaine Research Institute, development of the new product has been slow, and some researchers on the project have voiced concerns. We have no choice but to let the new product undergo the first phase of promotional trials without a designated name or packaging. We have decided to only conduct closed, small-scale trials for the time being. Sure doesn't seem like anything unusual. The company is just trying to develop some new products besides Fonta. But it sounds like things aren't going well at all.
They're coming up with grape Fonta. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, you two don't seem to have changed at all. But I wouldn't let your guard down just yet. Still, I didn't expect you would actually do it. You'd actually throw away coupons like that just to satisfy your curiosity?
Yeah.
When it comes to things like this, it's always the organizer who makes the real profit.
True.
Hey, just what are you trying to imply? The Pancration Ring is an honest business, and we really don't make much from selling tickets.
Why are they calling out, like, their own business model?
We make so little that even the current tournaments can only be held thanks to funding from the producer of Fonta.
I thought all of this was thanks to the Duke's support.
Let's just say it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. They reached out to us first, hoping to promote Fonta products in the Fortress of Meropide. Anyway, you try and take extra good care of yourselves these next few days, you hear?
If Fonta is one of their sponsors, then why did Rosalie just straight up deny their collaborations?
A mysterious box? A bottle of crimson liquid? Paimon still doesn't know what to make of it. Well, maybe we'll have better luck tomorrow. Good night, Traveler.
Oh nice, we got all of them. Sick.
We'd better pick up the pace with our investigation, otherwise we'll never get anywhere.
Let's spend some coupons to skip our shifts.
Yeah, let's skip work for now and put our time to good use.
I'm just gonna say straight up right now, I can already sense this part of the Archon quest being very, like, dividing. Because even though it's an interesting new, like, gameplay aspect or mechanic, it definitely feels a little slow. And I can tell that a lot of people are probably not gonna like it.
Is it just Paimon, or are there fewer people than usual here today?
True.
Seeing you at this time must mean you've already saved up a lot of credit coupons. Or at least enough to skip work.
So, now can you tell us about the hidden rules you know?
If that's what you want to know, I guess you couldn't have come at a better time. So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds?
No.
Don't ever go near them at night. Even if you manage to avoid the guards, you might find something even more terrible there.
Okay, I'm gonna go near them.
Something even more terrible? Like what?
A group of cannibals.
Cannibals?
Every month, they meet a few times in the dead of night. Rumor has it they might be connected to the people that have disappeared here.
Oh.
What's even scarier is that they have a special proclivity. Since they have no way to dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the fortress forever.
Oh.
Paimon might already know what you mean by other forms. So that's what's going on here.
So that's the meat that we've been fucking seeing this entire time. But there's still a chance that what we saw isn't connected to cannibals.
No matter. Learning the truth behind dark secrets isn't necessarily a good thing. I've got things to do too. I suggest you just act like I never told you anything.
Can we just trust him on this one? Oh, Paimon doesn't want her blood and flesh entombed here for all eternity?
Even if it's true, do you really think cannibals could take me in a fight?
Huh. You know, Paimon does feel a little better about it now.
And also, if Childe disappeared, do you really think Childe of all people would lose a fucking fight to cannibals?
Vidok isn't here. But the guys who went to work in the morning are back. Let's go ask them.
Just stay away from me.
What'd I do?
What? What are you saying? You shouldn't go around saying stuff like that.
What are you talking about? Listen, you should keep your nose out of other people's business.
Their attitude sure is suspicious. Like they're trying to avoid us.
It's pretty obvious that they're hiding something. Are they the cannibals?
But if they're being so obvious about acting weirdly, do you think they might just be trying to lure us in?
Yeah.
Oh, this is all getting way too creepy for Paimon.
Let's approach it from a different angle.
Okay, if you say so.
Back to the grind, I guess. Yeah, this part is very slow.
Have you ever discovered anything odd during your nighttime patrols?
Why are you asking about something like that? Whatever happens at night isn't your concern. All you need to worry about is getting enough sleep.
Well...
Well, you see, sometimes we hear strange noises at night.
Right! We've heard it happens a few times every month. Paimon has sensitive ears, so it makes it hard to sleep.
And it's scary. I don't like the noises. It gives me nightmares.
Really? I see. Now that you mention it, I recall my colleagues talking about something like that before. They say that strange things tend to happen at night on pipe cleaning days. Lots of us don't willingly take those shifts, and they just conduct regular cleaning of the fortress's drainage facilities. There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month, and it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days. You can try to confirm the sounds tonight if you want, and if they're real, then I can report the issue to my superiors for you.
So what, it's just some dude cleaning the pipes?
Oh, okay. Then we'll keep both ears out tonight. Oh, Paimon's so tired.
Holy screech.
But we can't sleep yet. They'll be cleaning the pipes tonight, so it's the perfect chance for us to investigate. Just be sure to wake Paimon if she dozes off. Paimon's worried something might happen if you go alone.
I'm the one that's gonna be dozing off.
Huh? Traveler? Did you fall asleep already?
Man. Dang, I suck. Just like me. The vision again. Okay, what are we gonna see this time? He's running? From what? Oh. Oh, this man's trying to escape. Oh! Something is calling me. I have to go. Wait, what the fuck is this?
Traveler, come on, wake up!
So it's a secret tunnel. I saw Childe in my dream again.
Well, what did you see this time?
Childe escaped via the pipes.
What about the cannibals? How do you explain them?
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Okay, well, it's about time for us to get moving. Just be careful to avoid the patrolling guards. Shh, careful.
Oh, shit.
We'll get in trouble if the guards catch us.
Ooh. Can I crouch? Where's my crouching mechanic? Can you bring that back? How does bro not hear me? I'd be stomping, bruh.
This should be the place.
What? You're telling me this has been here the entire time and nobody noticed?
What? I know you. You were the ones we saw.
You've got guts showing up here. You know who we are, right?
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming here to save you.
Enough with the theatrics.
What'd you say?
All those rumors about cannibals and hidden rules were started by you, weren't they?
Yeah, so what if they were? If you push us, we can make those rumors a reality at any time.
You're saying you're willing to be a cannibal?
Hey, what's the point of all those rumors anyway? What exactly are you trying to do?
I don't have to tell you anything. If you turn around, go back to the dormitories and act like you never saw anything, then I'll pretend that you never showed up here.
Yeah, scram. Nothing worth seeing here.
There's something calling me. I have to go.
Huh? What did you say?
Isn't that exactly what Boss said when he left?
Boss?
Hey, do you know our boss?
Yeah, Childe Tartaglia.
We had no idea our boss was such a big deal. He always kept his identity a secret. We gave him the business for a while and would always give him a hard time when he first came to the Fortress of Meropide. But here in the fortress, the strong will always earn respect. He was working the longest hours and racking up wins in the pancration ring. You could always see how amazing he was, even when he was teaching us a lesson. So eventually, we all decided to follow him.
Okay.
He suddenly told us that he had to find a way to escape this place, no matter the cost. He said it was because he heard that call again. And as his crew, if the boss wants something, then it's our job to get it done. We got to work and use the hidden rules that were here to make up and spread the rumor about the cannibal rule. We just wanted to give him a better chance of escaping on a night after the pipes had been cleaned.
Huh.
Wow. It sure is easy to exploit people's fear of the unknown.
That's so... Okay, you know what?
But hasn't Childe already escaped? Why are you all still coming here after pipe cleaning day?
Let me chill.
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It should be a dead end. It leads to an abandoned factory area, and even if there were a way to escape from there into the sea, we're still way too deep. No one could ever reach the surface alive.
Yeah, your head would fucking explode. Implode, rather.
But Boss still insisted on going in. It's like he was obsessed about it. So we told him that we'd pretend as if he never existed while he was gone.
But it's been so long now. We already know in our hearts that he must have managed to escape somehow.
Either that or he's fucking dead.
Boss left by going down from here. It wasn't full of water at the time. It's impossible to navigate unless you're an extremely skilled diver.
Do you think Childe got trapped by the water?
Not likely. We all know that Boss was an incredible swimmer.
I know a good diver.
Really? Then have him come investigate, pronto. Just be sure to tell us if you get any news about Boss.
Oh, Fremine.
Now that we can finally relax, I'm starting to feel super sleepy.
Yawn.
Let's try to get some rest while we still can. Nighty-night, traveler!
That was it for the whole act? Oh my god. Really? Okay. Alright.
It's morning already? Oh, Paimon still needs more sleep.
That was the whole act? Oh, wow. Oh, there's definitely gonna be some mixed opinions about that.
Huh? Wait, look over there. Isn't that one of Linny's cards?
Oh, shit.
Maybe you haven't heard, but today is the monthly free day.
Oh.
Everyone has the day off today, which makes it the perfect time to do some investigating. Let's meet at our usual spot in the factory area before lunchtime. I have new information.
So I said, that's not a faucet.
Hey, who are you two?
Why'd you come over all of a sudden?
I said, that's not a faucet.
Your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right? But before that, it just so happens that I know you two.
Really? Are we that famous?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself? Practically everyone was talking about it. Word has it that you also caused quite the kerfuffle.
It was just a little mistake. Tee.
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good attitude can join our group anytime, unlike some of the others here.
This dude is definitely Italian.
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry, we're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and we blow minds on the regular. All this info's worth something, you know? You should prove you're worthy of it.
Okay, dude, how?
Just play nice and say something to massage his ego.
Why me, man?
The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare meals.
We ate the most incredible welfare meal recently.
Right. That meal we had yesterday was super delicious.
Is that so? To tell you the truth, I've been helping out with making those welfare meals.
Oh.
I've been working as a kitchen assistant for about a month and a half now.
Nice.
Oh, so you're the one who made those delicious steaks. Amazing. You could be a professional chef.
Since you like my cooking, I guess that means we share similar tastes. Listen carefully. This little bombshell will help you learn what's really going on here in the fortress.
Did Laverne just wink at me? It seems he's saying, don't be upset, he's a good fellow.
Listen, kids. The power structure within the fortress is quite complicated. The overworlders couldn't care less about us down here. We're basically dogs to them. I've already met the one person here you should never cross, the Duke, Risley. He knows more than you think. And if he doesn't care about something, then he often doesn't bother dealing with it.
Those who have the Duke's attention get all kinds of special perks, even better treatment in the infirmary.
It's that Jurier character, right? I don't think there's anything useful about him at all. Why does he visit the infirmary practically every day? Is it normal for anyone to be going in and out of there so often?
Huh?
If you ask me, he's just faking it to get out of work.
But did you know that Jurier was a talented researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute before he came here? There's no denying that.
He really does sound like a rat. Interesting. According to Quizthought, a person named Juryu frequents the infirmary. I should take note of that.
The last time I saw him, he was passing by the corridor with Lorvine. I also heard they started arguing in the library and got into a fight, right? Guess that's just how terrible of a guy he is.
You mean he hit a woman? Wow. I never imagined he was that bad.
But that Lorvine's also quite the odd one, you know? She's always gabbing away, got into a fight with a man, and she also got sent to the infirmary. Come to think of it, I always see her going to the sick bay every couple of days, too.
Wait a second. You don't think?
Do you think could it be that they're secretly meeting there to go on dates? But it's really hard to imagine.
So Juryu had a confrontation with a girl named Lorvine, who also frequently visits the infirmary. I'll remember that too.
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny.
Hi, Lenny.
Huh?
What's up?
That look in your eyes. You found something?
Nice transition. You summarize your findings.
Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all, and Master Child probably went missing because he found a way out. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. We need to find out Master Child's exact whereabouts. Father told me that even though Master Child said he was just coming to Fontaine for a vacation, he actually had some personal reasons. His agenda might be linked to his disappearance.
He was lying to us.
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with professional diving skills to chase after him.
Well, when you put it that way, it's obvious that only Fremine would be up to the task.
Bingo! Is he around?
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted too much attention. I'll talk to him about it later. It's the least I can do. We're all in this together, so it's only fair for us to fulfill our end of the bargain. I'm far more impressed by you guys managing to collect all this information right under Risley's watchful eyes.
Collecting information has always been our strong point.
Yeah, it's not like we've seen him either. The dude disappeared.
To find out more information, Fremine will have to retrace Master Childe's original route. And if he's to do that, he'll have to set out on the next pipe cleaning day at the earliest. That's 6 days from now. And after that, he'll probably take another 2 or 3 days to return. What say you to meeting here 9 days from now?
9
We'll be able to pick up
days?
Fremine while we're at it, too.
Holy shit.
Oh, and there's just one last thing we'd like your help with. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an excuse to get into the infirmary and investigate the room and environs. You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people always meeting at the infirmary earlier, so it probably has something to do with the secret we're hoping to uncover.
Okay.
You've already met the head nurse, so she'll be less suspicious of you. But also, there's no need to take risks. Don't forget, safety always comes first.
Burr, burr, burr.
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people inside.
Let's try to eavesdrop on them first. She's peeking out of the corner while floating.
It's not impossible.
Oh. It's a bit hard to understand them from here. So, why don't we just try to talk to them in person? Let's go as soon as you're ready.
Why don't we just like get closer to the door and listen? A large amount of vapor? Or what?
Someone, please help! He's sick!
Imagine they were in the studio and they were just like, all right, Zach, you gotta throw up this time.
What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground. Paimon doesn't know what to do. Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion. Could it be poison? Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here.
My stomach really hurts.
Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you.
Sijuin has taken out a few instruments and begun to do her checkup. I hope I'm not so healthy that she gets suspicious.
I see now.
I mean, yeah, isn't she supposed to be able to tell if a person is like tired or something?
My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way. Eh? Oh, that's good. But I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Please, relax and take a deep breath.
She's using her hands to palpate different areas on my abdomen. Seems like she's using elemental energy too. Her expression's growing more and more relaxed.
Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. Does it hurt when I press here?
It's not too bad.
And here?
That hurt a little.
Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem here. How strange.
Uh-oh.
What about here? Does this hurt?
No, not really. I can barely feel it.
Oh. I understand. So that's what it is.
Huh?
I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. Nothing too serious. Outside of a pretty bad stomachache when it decides to act up. So that's what it is. Thank goodness it's not anything more serious.
Then what was she talking about with like the frozen fingers and all that?
And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. I'll inform our head chef, Mr. Woolsey, of this problem as soon as possible.
Oh no, we're about to get the other guy fired. Uh-oh.
Why don't you take a rest here while I go get some medicine for you? Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look after this new patient while I'm gone.
Yeah, this infiltration mission is going much more smoothly than I imagined. Next, there are only 2 people left in this room. Sijuin just called that woman Lorraine, so she has to be one of those frequent visitors to the infirmary I've heard of before. Would that mean the man next to her is Yu then?
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
I can't keep staring at her. It'll draw unwanted attention. That guy also seems to have noticed, and now he's looking in my direction too.
His stomach ache's really bad. He was stumbling about the whole way here, so Paimon's really worried.
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's the best medic we've got down here.
But it also looks like she's the only medic you've got down here.
Well, that's true.
What do you mean, that's true? That's really misrepresenting the situation. Of course I can't speak for the whole fortress, but it's not like everyone imprisoned here is useless, you know? Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sijuin take care of the sick and injured.
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
She's a patient too.
Are you two also sick?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature of chronic illnesses. As for her, you could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because she learned a bit of medical knowledge ages ago.
I see.
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't forget that you are the primary reason I have frequent heart palpitations.
Wait, what?
Hey, don't start arguing now. Please, keep it civil at least.
Frequent heart palpitations because of this dude? Books. Outside of the two of them, there's nothing suspicious inside the room. All the files on the table appear to be patient records, and while there's a box, I can't check it out right now. Ooh, there seems to be a movable hatch on the ground over there.
Hey! There's no need to fight! Everyone will be released someday, so there's no need to argue over silly things like this!
But... Release. It's way too early for us to even think about that. And who the heck knows if we'd even be able to continue our previous lives?
Please allow me to end this boring and useless conversation. Oh, and Mr. Jurier, I don't want to see your face here again anytime soon.
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessively noisy place. See you later, everyone.
They will both be seeing each other at the exact same time.
I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have cause to remember his name.
You really can't stand him, huh?
I mean, can you blame me? Who would like someone who's as arrogant and obsessed with weird research topics as he is?
Okay.
But there's no need to keep dwelling on him.
We know how this goes.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised? Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth of medicine for you. Take 1 pill now, and then continue your bed rest.
Thanks, Sijuin.
Miss Lorvine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
Did they talk about that before we walked in? What don't I remember?
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure to go to bed early after taking them tonight. You'll benefit from a good night's sleep.
Why do I feel like that's code talk?
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? I just want to double-check a few details, if that's all right with you. Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? Paimon can answer the questions instead. So his primary symptoms are abdominal pain with secondary symptoms of nausea. Is there anything else? That's it. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? Please, make sure to stick to bland or less stimulating foods. And don't stay up too late at night. Got it. Paimon will hold the Traveler to that for sure.
Telling me that while I'm up here playing Genshin Impact at like, what, 1 a.m.? Sijuin's still looking at me. I should just try to take a nap like she said.
Oh, you're going to take a nap already? Okay then, you get some rest.
Conversation.
We have lots of places together. He may look a bit under the weather now, but he's actually super strong. So you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry, he'll recover soon.
Companion. That word brings forth a wave of comfort. You let yourself relax.
Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world.
Remember to take your meds regularly, and remember bland foods.
Ew, bland foods?
Thank you, Miss Sijween. Paimon talked with Sijween the entire time you were asleep. She seems like she's just a sincere nurse, and Paimon didn't notice anything unusual in the room. Are you sure we're not going off track with the infirmary?
I mean, we could be. This could literally just be a filler, and we're doing absolutely nothing. That movable hatch on the ground, as well as the questions Sigween asked Lorvine. And also, were they really talking about their meds before we walked in? Oh, and Lorvine and Juryo's argument genuine, or were they just putting on a show?
Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've got to give the info to Linny.
Oh, how long has it been? I mean, we're supposed to be here for like 45 days, right? Our time is running out. Busy, disguise is impeccable. Smooth. The 9th day arrives. Hi, Linny. It's Tom.
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No.
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. Fremine successfully left the grounds via the pipes 2 days ago. And as of last night, Lynette has also infiltrated the infirmary after faking an illness.
Why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've already done more than enough. We want to avoid using the same faces over and over and reduce the amount of suspicion that will fall on any given person.
Okay, true, but why are we all going in there with a stomach ache?
You are both very good people, and we've come to appreciate that more than anyone else. Unfortunately, there's still one thing that could get between us, lest you've forgotten. The matter of our respective loyalties. You've mentioned before that you've had some run-ins with the Fatui. I can understand that feeling, so I assume you're just helping us out of the kindness of your hearts?
Well, everyone could use some more friends. We'll be counting on you to help us in the future, too.
Since I see you as friends, then it's even more important for us to protect you from any peril. Fremine and Lynette feel the same way.
Get it now?
Glad to hear it.
I guess we're just putting aside our reservations.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns. If everything went well, then she should be wrapping up her investigation right about now.
We're back to being friends of Linny again. Yay! Oh, she's not here.
Strange. Lynette?
As expected, Sijween isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
Could she have found a lead and left to follow it?
No, Lynette rarely deviates from the plan. We agreed that if she were to make changes on the fly, she'd find a way to let me know. Unless...
Let's see if there are any clues around here. We can look while we wait for her. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back soon. There are some books here and a few files. They all look like medical records. Advanced nursing, how to raise the spirit of your patients, a quick guide to the psychology of emotions, and the meaning of laughter. Is it because she's a Melazine? Or does she have a need to understand her patient's emotional state?
Both.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in. Except that one over there.
That's the one Lynette must have used, right? You said she was pretending to be sick.
She would have said her migraine was having a particularly bad flare-up. Generally speaking, the head nurse would then ask her to lie down and rest, while she left to retrieve the medication.
But this bed is still unmade.
Which means, either the head nurse didn't return the entire time from when Lynette laid down up until she left the bed, or the nurse intentionally left it this way.
That's not a good sign. Uh-oh. Oh, the trapdoor.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for sure.
True.
Let's look around here for some more clues. Don't panic, just take another look.
He's starting to lose it.
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
These two can't be separated, by the way.
Out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message. You may consider this as me giving you my best regards.
This is...
Is that all?
Is there anything on the back?
The back.
What does this mean?
Show me. Now!
Is this a Ramson note?
Would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now?
Ah, shit.
No. Could she have... Is she already...
Ah, fuck.
Raisley. Did he deliberately leave the infirmary unguarded to use it as bait?
But why? We didn't run into any trouble last time, and he also never reached out to us since.
Why would he choose to act during our second infiltration attempt instead of the first?
He doesn't do anything without a clear goal or reason. So this means he had no concerns about your activities from the very beginning. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Raisley. We're a completely different story, though.
Then why didn't he go for you as well?
I'd like to know that, too. Why did he only go after her? Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay calm. This is not like what happened last time. The situation's different now. Wait, you're right. Wait, but that means the fact that Fremine was able to leave the grounds. Could Raisley have let him go as well?
Ooh.
What does he gain by letting Fremine leave like that?
Is it to separate all of them and cause panic between each other?
So he's challenging me and trying to provoke me, I'm sure of it. We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guards and into the pipe, and we even thought luck was on our side. If Raisley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down.
Lenny, let's calm down.
Don't be like this, Lenny. Fremine wouldn't have left if we hadn't told you about Childe. That was our fault.
No, I'm the leader of this operation, and I'm the one responsible for this team. I was the one who failed to protect them. I'll go talk to Raisley.
And do what?
Hey, don't be reckless! Traveler, please talk some sense into him.
I simply cannot allow Lynette to be abducted again. I have to go. I'll find a way to get them back.
Okay, hold on. Okay, no, he's gone.
He's rushed out the door! After him!
Oh, of course she was standing there. That makes
I feel like we
sense.
still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Ah, I fucking knew it. She's too good. Ah.
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we stop talking.
Someone! Please help! He's sick!
These two. As expected, they've already found this place. Oh, they are quite sharp. What a delightful turn of events. I like smart people, but I also like playing dumb. I like the feeling of...
What the fuck?
What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin.
She said that with a big ass smile on her
Being
face.
able to read human expressions is quite the useful skill.
Anyway, we're being played.
Come out and face me, Raisley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space? Why don't you at least try to follow even a couple rules from the Fortress's indoor management regulations?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some teas in my collection that can work wonders against such an illness.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my siblings?
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next second from another place altogether. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to turn your head.
Is he trying to trick me into turning my head? No, he's probably not looking to attack me right now. All of the hostages are in his hands, and he's even in the mood for small talk. That means Lynette is probably still alive. You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start, so you deliberately aroused the Traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation, just so that you'd be able to kidnap Lynette. As for Fremine, no, you probably didn't even interfere with Childe's escape.
Yeah, that's obvious.
You let him go, so you could purge the Fatui members that we had planted into your ranks.
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meropide is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas. it was quite easy to identify your colleagues.
Damn.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Childe's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine has also fallen into your hands, right? If you're oh so omnipotent and so in control, why would you need hostages?
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine is not.
Ah, fuck.
He's not. What do you really want?
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Thank you so much for cooperating with me.
Where are Lynette and Fremine?
Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's finest tea. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates, nor has he been taken into any kind of custody. So, where do you think he may be right now?
Wait, is he still out there? Oh, shit.
Wait, you can't mean...
Uh-oh.
You locked him outside in the sea?
Nah. Wait, that man's drowning right now.
I
Shit.
closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine, right?
No, we're still here, so he definitely tried to find a way to come back for us. So we can't assume he might have made a break for the surface.
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel tells me that Mr. Linney is a great magician, so it's only natural for me to want to have some cards of my own when it comes to negotiating. Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meropide, regardless of whether it was in a personal or a professional capacity. Well, you got your wish.
So, you've been keeping tabs on us before we even set foot in the fortress.
Dude, this is some big brain shit. This dude has us down to a fucking schedule.
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be straight with you. I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing games together here. But once you started focusing on the Forbidden Zone, all of that changed. Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette is in my hands, and Mr. Fremine is still slowly being pickled out there in the brine. You know just as well as I that he cannot last out there forever. You need do but one thing to guarantee their safety. I would like you to contact your superior, and ideally invite her over for a cup of tea with me.
Oh, shit.
You want to see Father? But why should she bother giving you an audience?
That's gonna be hard to... Ooh.
Well, if she cares for the well-being of her dearest children, she should have plenty of motivation to join me for a parents' evening. I've heard that the bonds between the members of the House of the Hearth are like the bonds of family. I don't see why she would refuse.
Why did you think Father sent us to handle the Fortress of Meropide? This place is basically a no-man's land. It wouldn't be fitting for anyone as important as a harbinger like Father to come here in person.
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her. Both Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Farina have already received many samples as gifts.
Was this the extent of your master plan to get to Father? No matter how much pressure you may put on me, I won't allow you to use us to blackmail her.
You people really are difficult to get along with. All I'm asking for is a face-to-face conversation. Does she truly have no interest in the fortress's secret? Mr. Linney, you have one last chance to invite your father here. If you refuse...
I don't think we're in any position to refuse, actually. The stakes are too high to refuse.
Lenny!
Why do you have to do this?
Instead of asking why I'm doing this, why don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? From the very beginning, the Fatui has been actively infiltrating my fortress. I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Had you given up on the fortress then and there, I'd have no reason to want to talk. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to pry out my secrets right in front of me. No matter how you look at it, the responsibility for this falls on you.
Ooh.
I shouldn't ask Father to do anything because of us.
6, 5...
Wait,
2, 1. Time's up. It really is a shame, Mr. Linney. Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for my afternoon tea.
Please wait, can we really not talk about this some more?
Listen to the Traveler. If you can't talk to Linny, can you at least talk to us?
We do have some connections.
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping him out, and I've already done my best to stay out of your way. But that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws.
I want to save Fremine and Lynette too.
Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me a thing or two about what you found? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your request.
Oh fuck, was I supposed to be paying attention?
Question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone,
oh, that's easy.
What is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
If I recall correctly, if you keep working without any rest during lunch hour on the 3rd day, you will find a portion of strange meat in your welfare meal. Let's see if I can remember all the clues. I should be able to find an answer if I can piece everything together. Oh boy.
We often see Miss Sigewinne observing the prisoners at work near the production zone. It seems like she can perceive the general state of a person's health just by looking at them.
This one, obviously. Under what circumstances does a strange meat appear?
The research notes said that the Melusine race perceives the world very differently from humans. As a result, the Melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather strange and alien to humans.
Wait, is it this? Wait, don't tell me I was actually right of it being Melusine meat. Fonta has nothing to do with this. It's literally just.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the
What the fuck is going on?
The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not supposed to work 3 days in a row, and if they do, they'll get strange meat in their welfare meal.
Where did you get your fucking glasses again?
At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with the people who disappeared, but in reality, they were all prepared by Sigewinne, the head nurse. She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health and makes a note of anyone who has worn themselves out after 3 full days of work. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, as well as her genuine concern for the workers' health, Sigewinne visits the cafeteria right before lunch and cooks an extra dish for those who can use the stamina boost.
Okay.
Sigewinne has only the best intentions with her surprise gift and doesn't want anyone to find out about what she does. However...
But what is the meat of?
Unfortunately, Melusines as a race perceive the world differently from humans, and their sense of aesthetics is even more alien to us. The recipients of her lovingly prepared special meals cannot taste the care within and usually just freak out. Are we on the right track?
Okay, thank God it's not that deep.
You've uncovered Sigewinne's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have not gone unacknowledged. All right, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. Why is that?
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it. According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the Fonta company sponsored it. The company must want a return on their investment as well. The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons will spend them on Fonta.
He sent it to the people who support both fighters because the people who support both fighters don't understand the value of coupons because they're just basically wasting them.
People are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer.
Yep.
But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making.
Bro, we say that yet we have like so many blood-colored drinks. Like, bro, we got fucking fruit juice. Y'all can't handle a little bit of cherry Fonta?
The company backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale, to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the Fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fanta product here.
Yep.
And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on two opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light. Although, based on your description, that Fanta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question.
-1 sponsor.
What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Okay, well, this one, I have no fucking idea.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question.
What the?
The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind.
Lenny!
You'll pay for this!
What?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
He's dead. He's just fucking dead.
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Oh.
Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigewinne.
Oh.
You.
It's a tranquilizer gun. Are you his accomplice in all of this?
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties.
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
And if you're close with Neuvillette, why not learn a thing or two about virtue from him?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you.
What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. But let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
Who's that? Damn. Oh.
Some space, please.
What's up, Clarend?
Miss Clarend. My door.
My door, man.
Fremine.
Okay, so everyone's safe.
What's going on? What is Clarend doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
These symptoms, it can't be. Or does he have fucking Delta P?
Flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
Oh, well, that's great.
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clarend while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Sigewinne's examining Fremine carefully. She doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. I hope Fremine will be okay.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
I think he was just drowning.
I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Tranquilized everyone. Oh, I tranquilized your tea.
What's that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Lenny again. How's the situation out there?
It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose.
Oh my.
Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
That's the wet mop of a hair.
Lenny, are you okay?
There's an increasing amount of primordial seawater popping up. If it's going to slowly swallow up Fontaine, anyone that gets affected by the water, they'll end up dissolving.
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
New mechanic, if you dive with a Fontaine character, they disappear from your account.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon, you're here too.
Hi.
Remine? Is he...
He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
How long did they say he was out there before he tried to get back inside? He was there for 9 days, for as long as we know, right? When did he notice that there was primordial seawater out there?
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Lynette, together?
On it.
Want to come with us?
Very well.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They went to get some tea together.
The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Y'all having tea up here? They are.
Could I tempt you with some sugar for your tea?
No need.
That's it. Tea, my lady? No. Would you like some sugar? No.
Fremine, how do you feel?
Lenny. Lynette. Where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meropide, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
What happened after you stuck into the pipes?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now. I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Childe be?
Oh, we get to play as Fremine. Childe had to go through all this. That makes me wonder, how was Childe able to get all the way up to the surface while holding his breath? He's a harbinger. I mean, if I put Signora into the water at like 4,000 meters deep, I don't think she'd be able to live, but...
Master Childe probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well. The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction. The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait.
Oh.
What the?
Yep, there's the...
My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
We gotta go. Swim, Fremine.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push.
Dang, we were so close. No! Oh, there she is.
The trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Childe could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Yeah, it's something we gotta ask them.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest.
I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet. The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while.
Aw.
I'm so sorry, Lenny.
I'm also really sorry, Lenny. I should have been more careful.
Don't say that. It was all my fault. I was the one who should have been more careful. You two were nearly...
If I was stronger, maybe I would have already found Master Childe.
No, how can you say that?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What I'm hearing is, we all dropped the ball at some point during the mission, so the responsibility falls on all of us. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. It's on all of us.
Lenny, we understand that you're worried about us, but we're worried about you as well. Please don't blame yourself. We want you to keep your spirits up.
Yeah.
Fremine, sorry to break it to you, but I don't think getting stronger would have saved you from the primordial seawater.
I take it Mr. Fremine's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise. I wanted to check up on Miss Clarande. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Okay, please enlighten me.
Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation. They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
And why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Childe's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So he didn't actually do jack shit. He's just been chilling and letting them do it on their own.
Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the Fortress of Meropide is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Who invited Clarande down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
I see.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone really exists.
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Childe's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
We've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
True.
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yes.
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes.
Follow me. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Going down.
What a huge door!
Oh, it's a vault.
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Why did the traveler just nod?
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them. Stand back.
Whoa!
It's just purple.
They all just went up one by one.
What's in the middle of that room?
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meropide. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
The water pressure?
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary.
The primordial seawater.
Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
But we're already under the sea!
Yeah, we literally just explained.
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater.
Oh, great.
Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
But how is the primordial seawater continually leaking to the sea, though?
Forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out.
Wait.
I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us.
Oh. This place is accidentally poisoning the sea? Oh.
If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
So this thing is just a ticking fucking time bomb? Oh god.
You know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
Great. Oh, well that's amazing. How the hell are we supposed to solve this?
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meropide be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meropide in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent.
The Fortress of Meropide is more like a different society.
I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. That's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Do you believe in prophecies?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate.
Yeah,
Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So, as the Duke of Meropide, just what do you plan to do about it? Nothing. What are we supposed to do? Fucking create a gigantic sponge and soak up all the primordial seawater? We ain't stopping shit.
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
How about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Yeah.
Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining. Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the Fortress of Meropide?
Well, I guess that could be reasonable.
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
I know someone who could be good at doing that. You know, they were a little bit of red. They might be a little bit smaller than you'd imagine, but she could get the job done.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
True.
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez, forget I said anything then.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
That's Paimon for you.
And here you go.
Whoa!
What a huge ship?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Not much at all.
To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria, and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Can't you share your plan with everyone?
Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. All right, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat.
That was a whole lot of exposition, but like, I didn't really get any of that.
I'll leave you here for now. Don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
In other words, if I want to tell Lenny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking we don't tell them for now, at least. Until we at least come up with something. I don't have a choice? Yeah, I kind of... I mean, we don't have a choice whether or not we want to tell them.
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, always drinking tea?
Tea is good.
Now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Sijwin.
I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Yeah, he explained everything.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the Fortress of Meropide.
Ooh, he's good.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Childe for him.
Yeah.
What's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of a no-man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Childe's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what it could be. Then finally, there's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out.
Bro's boating on Noah's Ark.
There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
Damn it. Yeah, and we shared it. Well.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know, and just wanted to bring Father over to his side? Which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. I'll figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side.
Well...
The 2 of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Linny when it really mattered. And thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Not like I had a choice. Then again, this isn't really a self-insert protagonist.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijween?
And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well.
What would you like to eat?
We can choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Ooh, nice. How about tasty?
Me too! Don't forget Paimon!
They taste a little strange, huh?
Sijween, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings?
A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking if I want to take good care of you.
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister.
Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear.
That's cute.
Oh, and what did you mean back in Risley's office? When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well.
I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water. Thankfully, Clorand is very strong and managed to save him in the nick of time. His Grace also sealed the pipes after Clorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother.
How is she completely unaffected by it, though?
Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Clorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger.
You were all super considerate and really thought everything through.
It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader. Oh, I really wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love it.
It's you two.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremonade too. You sure work super fast.
Oh, it was child's play.
Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sijween and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sijween was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
Oh.
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here. Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
I'm super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Damn. She just laid out. Is this the first time we've seen Paimon on the ground? How cute. Good night. We see any visions again?
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
What?
What happened? Why is everyone running?
Oh.
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Oh wait, is this shit abrupting? Oh god. Paimon, wake up. We need to go out and see what's going on.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even talk to us.
They're here! There you are!
What's up, Gustat?
Thank goodness!
His Grace is telling everyone to evacuate and get out of here!
Yeah, he said to get as far away as possible, upwards and outwards!
Whatever must have happened down below. The gate's blowing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke. You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
This is what happens if you don't unclog the toilet.
They're here.
Just like I said.
We have it!
It's gonna blow.
You're just in time. But be ready to run.
Yeah, we probably don't want to touch that. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay, that was raw. Never mind. It ain't work. Time to go.
Three, 2, 1.
Better run faster, buddy. Jesus Christ.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
There's a whole bunch of seawater behind that gate. I don't think it's gonna hold very long.
Neuvillette, why are you here?
Hey, we got up here fast.
Traveler, I need you to head to the Opera House immediately. Farina will soon be meeting with the Knave there. You must protect Farina and make sure she doesn't spend too much time alone with her.
What? What the fuck? Oh my god. Too much stuff happening at once.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Neuvillette has left instructions. Please follow me.
It's just so slow and casual while we were just running for our lives.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
What's up?
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
Greetings. Pleasure to meet you too.
I've already prepared seats for you. Come, sit beside me.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for tea when we had the time. See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores. There are only 16 slices sold every day. Here, why don't you and Paimon have a taste?
No, I'm good. She seems friendly enough, but that can't be all there is to her. The Knave is a force to be reckoned with. I should be very cautious around her.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
It's pretty good. It's quite tasty, and I think Paimon agrees too.
That's good to hear. So what Childe said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I.
Wait, Childe should have no reason to have said something like that.
I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know. Here's to hoping that he's an excellent swimmer.
I have faith in his abilities.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something. His martial prowess really looked certainly pretty impressive, yeah.
Irina looks quite nervous. There must be some kind of bad blood between her and the Knave. Alright, well, let's see if I was right before, and if the Knave knows something about Farina.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Childe was subdued by Iudex Neuvillette right in front of you. Against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. I must express my admiration for Monsieur Neuvillette.
I managed to find a few leads on his whereabouts.
Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Childe disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Well, in any need to worry. We know for sure that child is still alive.
Oh. And just how do you know that?
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Meropide.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress? The Fortress of Meropide lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate, he must have had to swim for it. Do you have any proof that he surfaced safely?
We do not. But there was also no evidence that he's been injured or killed.
Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago. Since he was unfortunately unavailable, I picked it up on his behalf. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the opera house. Is it something like that?
Damn, she's turning up the pressure. I'm not sure if I'll be able to convince her. I can at least try to distract her from Furina. That sounds good to me, yes?
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the contents are accurate, it doesn't matter so much how it's written or how it's worded.
Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
Oh, shit.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come, Miss Furina.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Uh-oh.
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
You got this, Nivelette.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Oh, he's got this. He just stared at it like it was nothing.
A day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day. This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race.
Bruh.
A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe.
He did that shit with one hand. One hand.
This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
Wow.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just as you said.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now? That's just how the courts operate.
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal codices.
Legal codices, bruh.
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke.
These three talk like they're fucking old friends.
Still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
Yeah, it's not. Please come back. Quickly. We need an adult.
I must say, we've spent long enough playing house, Miss Farina. As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say, that's what I originally thought. But looking at your expression, was I wrong? And you haven't a clue?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden.
Jeez.
Do you really think that's acceptable?
Say, cook her.
The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Hearth have devoted everything to saving their homeland.
Damn!
But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
Damn!
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence. Retract your accusation and stop doubting the wisdom of the gods with such absurd conjectures!
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thoughts right now. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are you going to save them? Save us? How are the people you've sworn to protect supposed to survive in a land that will soon disappear beneath the waves?
Oh, Lord.
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if you look down upon me, you have no right to judge me. Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now, as long as I continue on as I am, I will be able to hold my head up high!
Furina's not acting like her usual self. She's actually seriously refuting the knave's accusations. She means what she says. She's not putting on a front.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what is it doing to help?
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, she got her ass there. Oh, so was that all a lie? Or can she really not tell us? She was so full of conviction and confidence just now, but now she's deflated like a popped balloon.
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves at the fated time.
Farina.
It is just that beings like yourselves are unable to perceive them as of yet.
You're not helping yourself, Farina.
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? Such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
That look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response plan is also strictly confidential.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina.
Oh my god.
I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him with an extremely large amount of indemnitium. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Oh no.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for me.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Miss Farina, you seem quite insecure without the Udex by your side. Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so please, help yourselves, everyone.
She got fucking cooked. She did not have to go that hard on her. Even I wouldn't have gone that hard on her. Jesus. These aren't topics I can speak about. I don't even know what Nouvelette's task was. He probably wanted to deal with the surging primordial sea, but can he really deal with it all by himself? And is Furina being truthful or not?
Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Those who work hard deserve gratitude and praise.
Damn! Oh, that's gotta sting!
You too, Paimon.
Even Paimon?
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that offer.
Ah.
Oh, Paimon's super full. That cake was great.
Should we have eaten that?
If it's on my tea table, it must be of the highest quality. Yes, and we must thank the knave for bringing these over as well.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also felt greatly honored to be featured at Miss Farina's table. And I was merely catering to Miss Farina's tastes, seeking a chance to chat over tea. It is getting late. Why don't we call it a day? There are still a few matters that I need to take care of, so I must take my leave now.
Very well. We'll end it here.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss Childe before I must be on my way.
Sure, of course.
Paimon's coming too.
Wow. And it's just quiet. She's just left sitting here all by herself at her tea table.
The tea party turned out to be even more difficult than I'd imagined. Why are you looking at me like that? Is something the matter? If there's nothing urgent, then I shall be retiring for now.
Fight back! Yeah, maybe it was a little deserved.
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, Childe was just an excuse. I have no interest in your dealings with him.
That's what Paimon thought.
What do you want it to say?
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude.
Was there anything else you wanted to say?
That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal settings, and informal topics in informal settings. I know you just returned from the Fortress of Meropide. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you. Linny, Lynette, and Fremine are still there, and I trust their judgment and abilities.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to stop them. Especially Linny.
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's unfortunate that Linny's so eager to prove himself that he can't learn to rely on others, including me. By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your impression of Furina?
Let me think about that for a second.
You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily. Allow me to share my perspective with you.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Childe was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meropide.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
You require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself.
Wow.
I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
True, yes.
Oh, come over here, you little critter, you.
Oh, who is that? Oh, that's Arlecchino. That's kind of a cool suit.
You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. but I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed.
Oh.
It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
I fucking knew it!
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you, please.
The fear in her pupils is genuine, so perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning.
Oh my god!
I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Farina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake.
Wow.
There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article.
She's a fucking fraud! This is only just speculation from her right now, but still. I didn't actually think I was fucking right about her having barely any powers at all.
I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meropide. Master Childe has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but
Wow.
I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Farina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the Fortress of Meropide will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering.
This is just actual fate. All of it just completely fell into the palm of her hands. She actually got so lucky with this.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
So that makes more sense as to why she's afraid of Alekina.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
How did you come to that conclusion?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth. Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontainians will have no choice but to save themselves.
Damn.
Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
Oh.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday.
I'm not sure if that's something that Traveler will accept.
He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur.
Yeah.
Thank you for protecting Farina.
And we have no plan. The nation's gonna drown.
To put it simply, I used my power to force back the primordial sea and reseal the sluice gate.
As for what happened on our side, yeah, she got cooked.
So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives.
Can I ask you some questions?
Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the primordial sea. Does this mean you have some deeper connection with the Hydro Archon?
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though.
I don't think so.
You can't tell us?
Damn it!
Then that's okay.
It's never
we
that
can talk
easy.
about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
Did you manage to protect those that needed to be defended?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Oh, it's raining again. No, don't be sad.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Thinking back to that legend and what Femine said, it said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. Wait, Neuvillette, you can't be...
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Oh? And what are you thinking?
He's the dragon sovereign of water.
The dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised.
Hi, Farina.
Farina?
Where is she going?
Neuvillette, are you listening?
My apologies.
We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon sovereign of water, right?
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
The dragon boy.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood.
Damn!
They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power.
Bruh.
Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Bruh. So everyone is just nerfs? Bruh.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history.
Makes sense.
In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
Well, we're fucked.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meropide? Paimon is a little worried.
Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing all right? Did either of you get hurt?
Don't worry, we're doing great.
But what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it?
A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being.
How did Nervulette know that he was needed here?
Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days.
Aw.
Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time.
Gotta get a better bed, though.
I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
Aw.
Courier, Miss Sijween told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? It's you two.
What's up, lovebirds?
It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
We're fine.
Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh, yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all! Courier, the rumors about us are literally everywhere now. Please do something about it.
But it's not like I caused them by myself. All right. I'll try to do something about it when I can find the time.
They're not even gonna confirm or deny it.
Well, look who it is.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Yeah, we haven't given her an answer on that, have we?
You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Mm-hmm. Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Well, you're talking to the Traveler here, so I'm not sure if this is something that he can just very easily accept.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Linny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
Damn.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see 2 inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still all right?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Eudex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sijween's gift with him, though. Miss Clorand has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sijween.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake.
No.
Clorand received lipstick instead.
What?
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Is she also a makeup girly?
Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
Is food still covered?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Yippee! A place to stay that's not a teapot.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners though, so it really doesn't feel the same.
It feels like a huge weight is off our shoulders.
But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Paimon, is there something you'd like to say?
Huh? How did you know?
Because you usually just immediately fall asleep.
Hey, that's not true! Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like, we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends.
True.
There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool?
We're the best adventurers ever.
You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here?
Being a guide counts too.
Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well. Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward.
Alright, we're gonna have to teach you how to use a sword. Maybe we'll start with a knife.
The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right?
We'll be fine, surely.
Alright then. Good night to you, traveler.
Good night. What if we see another vision again? They're just not gonna bring that up again. Ah! Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. The whale! Wait, and he's in the primordial sea too. So that's where he's been this entire fucking time. This man just been sleeping